Good morning, everybody. It is 2:29 in the a.m. I'm on my way to an area in Chicago called Riverview. I just kind of stopped about halfway. There's a McDonald's here at Burns Harbor, Indiana, that or Portage, whatever you want to call this area. But the harbor's to the right over here, not far. Anyways, there's a McDonald's here that's open 24 hours, so I just stopped and got me a couple of cups of coffee. Because when I get woke up in the middle of the night, something like, you just gotta have a cup of coffee. Need that little extra. So anyway, I thought I'd talk to you for a little bit while I was driving, maybe come up with a story to tell you. But yeah, on my way to the bar yard in Riverview, in area in Chicago, to pick up a crew, and we're going to Northwest Ohio, North Baltimore is the name of the town. The yard is at. Yep, I kind of like this trip. It's a good trip, and I make a lot of money. And it helps to live much easier when you make a lot of money. Anyway, I just have a story that kind of happened when I was a kid. Maybe I come up with some stories from when I was a kid. Buddy, you're on the wrong side of the road there. Been there, done that, but anyway, I remember when I was a toddler, believe it or not, I can remember back that far. My great-grandparents, my dad's grandparents, their last name was, my great-granddad's last name was Green, and they had a farm near Angola, Indiana. It's like where 69 and the toll road meet. It's not far from there. There's a state park there. He actually worked at that state park at one time. But he had a farm. And he never had a tractor, from what I understand. He always worked his farm with his horses. But I remember we would go there, and where the farmhouse used to sit, there is a hotel there now. My great-grandmother sold the property shortly after he died, and moved into town, because it was easier on her. She wasn't going to work that big farm. Anyway, he always worked his farm with his horses. He had a couple, I remember, the great big huge horses. He had a couple of work horses. But the barn kind of set off to the left, and then the farmhouse was kind of off to the right a little bit, and in between was a chicken coop. For some reason, us three girls loved to go in that damn chicken coop. We would let the chickens out. My grandmother would get so mad at us. It was so funny. Funny now, but I'm sure she didn't think it was funny at the time. She was after us for getting that. I don't know why we like going to that stupid chicken coop, but and there was a lot of chickens in there, but they never bothered us or anything. You were usually up in their nest. So we always liked going in the chicken coop. Now my cousin, he's living in Florida now, but his dad, mom moved down, retired down there many years ago. They both passed, but they retired down there to Brooksville. But I remember following him around on the farm. He didn't like it. He was that age. He didn't want us stupid little kids following him around, but I remember following him around. There was an artesian well on the property. They had a pipe coming up out of it where you could drink the cold, clear water right out of that pipe. And you drink out of it all the time. Plus there was a small lake there they now call Green Lake. It was after my grandfather. But you know, you just have these nice remembrances of things when you were a kid. But we seemed to, even though we always lived in town, we were always on somebody's farm somewhere. We had friends that had farms and all that, so we was always on somebody's farm for one reason or another growing up. And when I was a young teen, I had a friend that lived about a mile down the road, and she had horses. And she had one horse called Rosie. Rosie didn't always like everybody. She didn't like it. She wouldn't do what you wanted her to do. But she always liked me for some reason. I don't know what I did, but she always liked me. My friend and I were out in the pasture talking, and she sat down on the ground, and when Rosie was out there, I jumped up on her bare back, and we were sitting there talking, and a bee landed on Rosie's butt and stung her. She took off for the barn. I was hanging on for dear life on the side of her all the way up there. I slipped over on the side, hanging on for dear life. Rosie runs up to the front of the barn and stops. So I thought, well, I'll just pull myself back up. And I pulled too hard, and I slid right off the other side and landed on the ground. We laughed our butts off. It was so funny. That horse just turned his head, and she looked at me like I lost my mind or something. It was always funny. Too bad we didn't have video back then, because it was funny. Let's see, think of something else. That was funny. Rolling. I'm back on 94, by the way, in the Hammond area. Do that one time, not at Bancap. One time at Bancap. Sorry, from time to time I like to say lines out of movies and songs and stuff. So every now and then I'll say a line or sing a little bit. Sorry I can't sing, but love to sing but can't. But I do it anyway. I think some other shenanigans we did growing up. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of them. They'll come to me later. I think it's some other shenanigans when I was driving. Oh, I wish I could have gotten a video of that vehicle yesterday that hit the train. That was awful. It's terrible. I'm sure the driver didn't make it. I haven't heard for sure, but I'm gonna guess the driver didn't make it. Well, Chino is doing fine. He's still in the chew mode. I seem not to have enough chewies for him. Gotta order some more hard. He takes everything outside. I don't know why. If he's taking it out there to bury it or what, but he takes everything outside. I got down a couple of bones that, has something inside. One's got peanut butter. I did fill that back up again because it was still inside, but I haven't seen it. inside. He never marks the stuff inside. It's just outside when he goes outside, and his girlfriend's out there. And my neighbors have 3 dogs. And one looks kind of like a husky, but I don't know if she's mixed with something. Oh, I gotta stop. On the road again. Sorry, I know I shouldn't do that. Anyway, I'm on my way back from North Baltimore, Ohio. I'm back on the Ohio Turnpike. It is 9:04 a.m. Yeah, I've already picked up my crew and took them to the yard, dropped them off, spent about a half hour in North Baltimore getting gas and something to drink, and I did go to my favorite spot to finish up my paperwork. I was going to try and take a nap, but too wide awake. That figures. But anyway, I guess the crew didn't think I knew where the yard was. Of course, we are an outside vendor, and I don't always get the same guys. They don't always ride with us. They usually ride with the main company. So it was kind of funny. They called me. They had a train master call me and give me directions how to get to the yard on my way there. And it was like, that was more confusing if they just left me alone. And one of the I'm not sure if it was the engineer or conductor, but one of the guys were, up by the entrance, so I picked him up and he went back to the building. And I said, I know where it was. But they had been waiting a long time, and I think they were just getting anxious, so you probably imagine all kinds of stuff. But we just stopped in Elkhart, at McDonald's in Elkhart. They're on 19. It's close to the toll road, and it's open 24 hours. Of course, McDonald's technically is not open 24 hours. They usually close around 3 o'clock in the morning and don't reopen until about 6, but it was about 5 o'clock in the morning when we got there, and they were open, so. But McDonald's is not open 24 hours. They're only open like 21 or 22 hours. I wish they'd fix their signs. The ones in Elkhart, though, are getting better about that. I've noticed. It seems like when I go to one of those, they seem to figure out how to keep the doors open and keep it going, or at least the drive-through. But anyway, I just thought I'd finish up. I think I'm going to try. I've just kind of been sporadically uploading stuff. So if nothing else, it's just me running my gator at you. I'm sorry, it's part of from living in Florida too many years. But anyway, start running my gator at you from time to time. I am going to try to start uploading a video every day if I possibly can. I'm going to try to start getting into the habits of doing that every day. So y'all have a good day. It's a beautiful day. It's only 69 degrees at 9:08 in the morning, and I'm coming into construction. Oh well. But anyway, it's a beautiful day. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Y'all have fun now. Goodbye.